Hey guys, it's me, Halloween Dan, and I'm doing a real quick video today. Might not be that quick actually, because I've kind of got two different things to talk about that I'm mashed into one video. Usually these things would have their own separate videos, but one of the first thing I want to talk about, as exciting as it is, and it usually would get its own dedicated video, is maybe a bit of a letdown. And there maybe isn't as much to talk about as I would have normally liked. Because today, what I want to talk about are two quite exciting things. The first thing is that Costco UK have finally announced their lineup, or at least part of their lineup, at least the new things for their lineup for 2024. But we'll get into that in a minute. Secondly, as well, I want to talk about some props that I've actually bought and received from Asda, and we're going to do a quick unboxing and review. So join me for this quite fun video, hopefully. So the first thing I want to just quickly talk about is Costco UK. For us here in the UK, this is the big one. This is the one that everyone who's interested in large-scale animatronics is always interested in, because it's the most consistently good range of relatively affordable props that we get here in the UK. It's always a very exciting time. And for the last few years as well, these have been some of my most favourite videos to actually get to make. So why then is this so quick? Why is this just being attached onto the side of another video? Normally, it'd be a great big celebration and I would be absolutely amazed. But this year, it's a bit of a letdown. Because the lineup coming to Costco UK is exactly what we already knew would eventually come to the UK. It's exactly what we've seen come out in the US with no differences whatsoever. And if them props had been really, really exciting and cool, I would be really excited about this, but they're not. This season when it comes to Costco has been very disappointing from the perspective of a UK haunter anyway. Because normally, at least for the last couple of years, the UK has kind of been at the spear end of deciding and finding out what's going to be coming into store. Last year, we were the first to discover that the Towering Mummy was going to be coming into store. We were the first to find out about the Punk Rocker Skeleton. And it started to feel like the UK was kind of striding ahead and announcing itself and saying, yeah, we get good things too. So there was a lot of high hopes for this year, a lot of expectation that hasn't been delivered, because this year, the UK has been left completely in the dark while other places, like namely the US and Canada, discovered what was going to be coming to their stores. And we saw these sort of dribs and drabs of props and animatronics coming out of Costco US, and the props were just meh. They were okay, they were all right, but they were meh. We started with the werewolf, which was pretty cool as werewolves go, but then a lot of critique about, is it actually that good of a werewolf? There probably are better werewolf props out there. And after having a second analysis of the werewolf, I think I kind of agree. Then we got the alien, which was very cool, very different for Costco. Something that I was not interested in at all because I haven't got room for an alien. But then we heard its phrases and they were all a bit meh. We got the Groundbreaker skeleton guy, which I have to say I think is probably the most impressive of the props. I think it's coming to the UK at about 280, I want to say, or 230. I can't quite remember. It's not too bad of a price, but it's just a bit, I don't know whether anyone really wants to spend that much money on a great big groundbreaking static prop. I don't know. I've yet to make up my mind on him. Though I have to say, of all the groundbreaking skeletons that are available, including the Party City one, I would say the Costco one is actually the best, with those blacked out ribcage and blacked out eyes and the red LEDs. I think he's pretty cool. And then we've got this pumpkin-headed scarecrow, which got sort of leaked a couple of weeks ago. I think of all the animatronics, he's the one I like the most, but he's still kind of a bit meh. I don't know, I'm just a bit confused as to why someone in Costco thought this is the prop for them. It's okay. It's the phrases again that let it down. I'm very on the fence about how I really feel about that Scarecrow. He's going out for about £230, I think, in the UK. So he's not terrible. It's just, that's a lot of money on something that only has the very short, family-friendly phrases. So unfortunately, whereas normally this video where I talk about the Costco props would be full of excitement and I'd be discussing new things that we'd never seen before. So excited! So excited! It's not really like that this year. We've seen all this. I've talked about all this. I was hoping beyond all hopes that we might possibly see something that we hadn't seen anywhere else, that they just had something hidden up their sleeve that was gonna completely surprise everybody. And I'm not gonna lie, I still do have that little hope. There's still a tiny little twinkle of hope that that's a possibility. Costco have done it before. But at this exact moment in time, I am beginning to process the fact that this is the lineup of new props that we're getting here in the UK, just like you've got in the US. We probably and hopefully will see the return of the Mummy, maybe the punk rocker skeleton, hopefully not the clown. And we'll just have to see. I'm still gonna go see these things in store. There's a chance I might still buy one of these things. I doubt I'm gonna buy any more than one. But it's just a bit of a meh season for Costco, unfortunately. And I'm a bit sad by that. Bit saddened, that's all. But now, onto the second part of my video, which goes in completely a different direction because I'm moving from Costco to Asda. Now, again, if you're not from the UK, you'll be going, Asda, what's Asda? Asda in the UK is one of those stores that's just synonymous within the haunter community for bringing great, affordable props out for sale. They do it every year. Some years are better than others. Last year was a pretty good year. This year's a bit of a not sure on the fence kind of year so far, but it's very early for Asda. Sometimes we don't see things coming out of Asda until like September. So there's still kind of a hope that we might see something better. But I'm not going to lie, I have already made a couple of purchases. They are animatronics. They're small scale animatronics. They were available on their site and I just bought them. As soon as I could buy them, I bought them. So what we're going to do a real quick kind of basic unboxing. I don't actually know what these things do or what they're going to be like. We're going to check them out and see what we all think. So we'll just let a little bit more light in for these two. These are the props that I've bought from George, which is a sort of side hustle of Asda's now. It's a different firm. They bring out clothes and it's always George at Asda that bring out all the Halloween goods on behalf of Asda. And this year is quite an exciting year in some respects because they've updated their packaging. Horror Emporium. I can't remember seeing this packaging last year. I'm sure some of the UK haunters will tell me if I'm wrong there. And these two are, as of yet, the only animatronics that have been released for the 2024 season. We possibly will see something else. There's never say never when it comes to Asda, but so far this is it. So the first thing I bought was this £35 3-foot animated Wicked Witch, which I think is very similar to one that Home Depot brought out a couple of years ago. I don't know exactly what she does, but something tells me she dances. She sings and dances. I think I did see someone doing some sort of a video of a witch that was very similar. So I think she dances. That's what I think she does. The second prop was definitely a spur of the moment thing. This guy was only released, I think, on Saturday, I want to say, that was the first time people saw this on the Asda website. And I just decided to buy it there and then. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not sure what I make of him. I'm not sure how impressed by him I actually am. He's the 5-foot animated zombie. I'm not sure he's going to be that great. Something tells me he's going to have, although he's animated, the animation is going to be very, very basic. But do you know what? I looked at it, I kept on looking at it, and I thought, he's not too bad for £50. He's not too bad. He's 5 foot. It says he's animated. I don't quite know exactly what the animation is. So let's find out. Let's unbox these. I haven't opened either. I've been waiting for this moment to get to make a video. So let's check them out and see what they actually are. So I think we'll start with the witch, see what she really has in store for us. I've got kind of high hopes for this witch. I think I've got a really good spot for her in my horn. got a knife. Kids, don't play with knives. Okay, so it looks... Ooh. It looks like she's ready built, like she's ready to rock by the looks of things. So as you can see, she's a witch, clearly. She's got a very basic jaw action, but then, you know, she's £35. What do you expect? She's holding a bottle, which I've seen some pictures of. I know their bottle lights up, so that'd be quite fun. And then the other hand is just sort of free. So, I don't know if she's supposed to be hunched like that. So I was told she was batteries included. So now I'm going to switch her on and see what happens. Excuse me, madam. I just put my hand up your dress. I would if you stood still. This is the whitest middle-aged man dancing you'll ever see on the internet. So that's all she does. That's what she does. She dances whilst holding a light-up bottle. Her eyes light green, her mouth does move, but it's a very basic kind of movement. She's fun. I like her. And I'm thinking, what I'm thinking with her is I'm planning on sort of putting a bit of an extension on my witch's house this year. I'm planning on putting a little window. I've not decided whether it's going to be like next to the witch's house I built last year or up above, like a window up above. And because she's only 3 feet, she might be pretty cool in there. The only thing is her activation, you have to either touch her or make a loud sound. So if you put her too far away from where people can reach her, you might not get the benefit out of her. But you know what? I still really like her. I think she'll go well in my witch's haunt area. She's fun. She's fun if nothing else. She might go nice next to the door. So she'll definitely, I think she'll be like a little partner in crime for Barry the butler. So I like her. So next we've got this guy. So this is the animated 5-foot zombie. I've got a feeling there's going to be a lot more putting together involved with this guy. Also, worryingly, this is how it came. You can see the delivery thing on the side. That's all that's holding this shut. So if something's broke, Asda, I will not be impressed. Okay, so that's how he looks inside the box. Oh, okay. He's definitely a hunchback guy, and he's got chains. And feet. Oh, hello. Oh, it looks as though all that really needs to go together is a pretty basic frame. So I'll put it together and then we'll see what this guy does. So here he is set up. It was really the simplest put together ever. He has a very basic stand with poles that just go right up his butt. They attach around here at the back somewhere. I can't honestly tell you where they attach without showing you, but I don't think you really need to see that. And here he is. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, guys. Maybe I've lost the plot here. But I think this guy actually looks quite impressive. He definitely looks quite menacing. For a prop out of Asda, this is probably one of the more menacing props I've ever seen come out of them. I would argue it's probably not as good as the skeleton guy from last year, which had an awful lot more animation and a lot of different phrases, where I think this just does one generic thing. But I actually think it looks pretty good, pretty spooky, pretty impressive. It looks great. I mean, he's pretty tall. I mean, 5 foot's no small prop. So let's see what he does. Now, I actually think that's pretty good. The only critique I'll make is, once again, just like it happens a lot with UK props, this is one of the more generic sound effects. One of the a phrase, it's not even a phrase, this zombie growl is exactly the zombie growl I've heard in a million different zombie-like props. I've got a zombie groundbreaking pumpkin-headed thing that makes this exact set of noises from the range. So this is clearly nothing original when it comes to phrases. But you know what? Who cares? It's a simple, cheap zombie prop. I think it looks really, really good. It certainly will get a bit of a scare out of people when it's activated. I think he looks really good. I like the mold of the skull. I think the skull mold on this is quite impressive. The hands aren't even that bad. It's got this very simple chain, and the sound effects as well are clinking chains. It's got a cool hunched back. I don't know who thought up giving it a big hunched back, but it's a good job they did, because this really adds to it. And the movement's pretty good. He's moving his head, he's moving his arms. I think he's really, really good. So I think both these guys are really good. Of course, neither of these are groundbreaking bits of technology. They certainly aren't Home Depot level props. They're just very simplistic, fun little props. But you know what? For a grand total of about £85, I'm quite pleased with both of these. They're a lot of fun, they make me smile, and it's things like this that originally made me love Halloween. I love the big scale, very fancy animatronics, and if I have my way, I will buy at least one this year. But simple always wins out for me. Simple but fun is always the way to go. Anyway guys, that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it spooky. Bye.